Okay, so this will be the first time I'm recording a build video. Well, I have recorded one before, but I didn't go as well planned, so probably try to do this better this time. So this will be a red and black themed build based on a mixture of used and new parts. The new parts you'll see in all the boxes over there, and the used parts will be the graphics card, processor, and RAM. All the parts are listed in the description, but as I go over input, like putting in each part, I'll just have a quick go around of the part I'll be putting in. I've also done unboxings on all these parts, so if you want to go check them out, the link's in the description and on my channel, so you can go check them out. This will be just a theme build. I'll be using red and black for this theme. I'll be using vinyl wrap, red cable braidings, and the case is a Cooler Master Box Lite 3.1, which I'll be using the red accents on that case. And the theme will be generally in red, so I'll be using the vinyl wrap to cover up all the stickers and logos and stuff, just to give it some red accents, and there'll be a red LED case fans over there as well. The graphics card I'll be using is a dual dissipation XFX R9 280. Though you see a 1060 box over there, inside it's actually the R9 280, and a Core i5 4670 quad core. So it's an older hardware based build, but it's not my main rig, so it'll be just for fun. So yeah, also before I start this video, thanks for clicking on this video, and if you want to see more content from me, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share it with your friends. Alright, now let's get into the build. So the first thing we'll be doing is prepping the case. I'll be installing the case fans as well, removing the hard drive caddy, and just getting stuff ready in general. So let's get to it. Installing the fans and stuff, I'll probably fast forward or just cut out of the video, and I'll show you what I did at the end, because I don't want to make this video too long. So yeah. Okay, so I've done prepping the case. So what I've done is install two case fans, the intakes over there, and then one exhaust over there. And I've put the spacers for the motherboard, the standoffs, removed the back plate, as you can see there at the back this thing, so I can route the cables in. Next I'll be installing the power supply, so let's get into that. Now before installing the power supply, I thought I should I was gonna put braided cable wrap on these cables, so I'll go ahead and do that first. Once I install it, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to actually put them after it's being installed. So I'll go right ahead and put these, and I'll show you at the end what the result was. Alright, I have the power supply here. It is a Koga VTX 600, and we'll be installing it now. I'll be putting the logo facing here and upside down like that. This facing this side. And these cables out of the way. Okay, so the power supply is in, as you can see, and I routed the cables at the back over there. So now next I'll be putting in the motherboard, and probably before that I'll install the cooler on the motherboard and then put it, but that's the usual route. But I actually have to put some red accents on the motherboard using the vinyl wrap here. So next I'll put the red accents on the motherboard. Okay, so I've cut out specific dimensioned pieces for these parts here. I don't think I'll be covering this. I may cover it, I'm not sure, with a heatsink, but I'm going to test the computer first, see how hot this gets, then cover it. The RAM I'm putting in is red color, so I don't need to put anything to detail the RAM. I'll be putting a red covering on the cooler as well, which is a Cryorig M9i. I'll be putting red on that, and on the graphics card, so that'll cover most of the motherboard since it's a small motherboard. So let's go ahead and install the first cover that I've cut here. So as you can see there, I have pasted these vinyl wrap like thing on the motherboard. It's not perfect, I mean my cutting isn't the best, but that'll do the job. I guess the motherboard, that part of the motherboard will be covered by the fan's lights. Alright, now let's put the board together. So I got the processor here. As you can see, it's a Core i5 4670. Let's drop that in. I'm using gloves, as that's way better than touching the motherboard and the processor with your hand. Because I have oily skin, so that'll be, and I kind of sweat when I do stuff like this. Plus, there's a lot of static where I live, so yeah. So let's get the cooling fan out. This is the CryoRig M9i. The I stands for Intel. So I did a unboxing on all of these components again. I'll just tell you so you can go check that out. So now let's go install it. And for thermal paste, I'll be using this Deepcool Z5, my usual. It's cheap and it's effective. I mean, CryoRig gave us an entire full tube of thermal paste with this, but I'm not going to use that. So let's get our backplate and put it in. And I'll cut to the video after I've done putting it. So what we have here are two G-Skill Trident X RAMs, red color, so it matches the theme. These two I got them from a guy at a local, using a local pickup app for $30, which is a really good price for used RAM. This is 2400 megahertz and it's overclockable. It kind of exceeds the capacity of this board. I mean, the board is like, it could only take 1600, but that's fine considering that even slower RAM would be more expensive than the price I got this for, so I just went ahead and bought it. So the slower, it'll just run at the maximum capacity of the board. There are no compatibility issues. They will run at the speed the board supports, so that's, you'd say it's a kind of a wastage of such good RAM, but still, it's no big deal. I mean, I got them for cheap, so I could use them for a different project some other day as well if I decide to take them out of this build. So that's two 8 gig sticks, two 4 gig sticks, which makes 8 gigs. So that's the motherboard prepped. So we got a theme going on. I guess just gotta do this next. And once I've done with coloring that, I'll go right ahead and put this into the computer. So cut to that point. Okay, so I've decided not to put the vinyl wrap on this because it will be only on there for like 4 months, and I'll be taking this off and replacing it with the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo LED. Till then I'll just leave it like that, and when I'm done, when I put in the Evo 212 LED, then I'll put vinyl wrap on that. And this takes a lot of work because of this design, so I don't want to just put so much of work into something that's going to be in here only temporarily. So let's go ahead and put that motherboard in. Alright, now the motherboard is screwed in properly. What I'll be doing next is I'll be wrapping the power supply. I'll be covering up this logo and going all the way around. So I'll be doing that next. And I'll cut to the point when I've done doing that. Now as you can see there, I have finished wrapping and putting, I actually took the power supply out and I finished wrapping it, and it came exactly like how I wanted it. So the theme is going well. So next what I'll be doing is I'll be wrapping the hard drive and the SSD, and I'll be installing them. I'll probably find a different way to install them because I don't like this caddy system they have over here, and I'll be doing that. So I'll jump to that part after I've wrapped them and after I've installed them. So as you can see, the hard drive caddy is in and tightened down. I didn't want to as you can see, there's an exposed sticker like thing. I did not want to paste any wrap on there because that's the warranty sticker on the SSD, so I didn't want to paste anything there. So far so good. The theme is going up to my expectations. So next what we'll be doing is we'll start plugging some cables in and just routing them out. And since I found out that I won't be able to use my cable sleeves on this because I don't have the proper tools to put them on, I'll probably be doing only some wires, like the thinner wires where I could actually slide them through, and that'll still stick with the theme. It won't be an issue. So I'll be doing that, and then I'll be plugging everything together, putting the fan back, and so on. So then I'll cut to that part in the video. So I've done all the cable management that was necessary, and I arranged it as much as I could. So, and I certain cables I was able to put the cable wraps around them because they were small. It's the USB, the front USB panel power cable, the audio cable, and one of the fan cables. I was just able to do them only because they would actually go through the cable wraps. The bigger ones couldn't. I mean, they could, but I didn't have the proper tools. I mean, spreaders and stuff. I didn't have the proper tools to do so. But it still sticks with the red and black theme. So let's go up front. I think I did a pretty good job with that. It still kind of looks messy up front. That's because I got to add the graphics card and so on. So the hard drive and the SSD are wrapped up there. I'll be adding another layer of wrap here just to cover up this white space over there. But I guess that is that for this part. And now let's go into putting the graphics card and plugging in its power cable. Okay, so here we have our graphics card that we'll be putting into the computer. This is an XFX dual dissipation Radeon R9 280A. It's not the X, it's just the A, the base version. It's got 3 gigs of GDDR5 memory, and I think it was released around 2013 or 14. I'm not really sure. This is, I think, my first high-end AMD card. I mean, I had AMD cards before, but I haven't had a really high-end one like this. And I mean, it's an older card, but it was high-end at its time when it was released. But it still packs a punch today. And I got this for like $60 used, which is kind of really a good deal because due to Bitcoin mining, this thing, as of 2018 February, this thing goes at around 160 on eBay. And some guy local, in a local pickup app, he gave it to me for just $60 with this box. This box is actually a GTX 1060 box that probably was his upgrade. So he gave me it for $60, which is a really good deal. It works fine, everything's fine, the thermals are good. But I better take it apart at one point and replace the thermal paste. I'll do that later. But for now I'm going to put some wrapping on this whole line like that and this line, and then we'll put it into the computer. Alright, so I've done wrapping the graphics card, as you can see there. Let me just zoom out a bit. I think I did a pretty decent job with that. Pretty okay job, I guess. So now let's put the graphics card in. Okay, so I managed to put the power supply in. And I guess that's it for now, for putting the computer together. So let me get you a quick close-up. So we got the CPU cooler, RAM, everything going well with the color theme, black and red. We got a hard drive, SSD in there. The back cover is, I closed it so that it'll be easier to keep on its back with other wires pushing backwards. And yeah, it went pretty well. So next I'll just turn it on and show you guys, and that'll be it for this video. So let's go turn it on.